right, Alex, you had asked for information regarding our 2019 Audi S5 Sportback with the Technics package. I am very happy to be able to do that for you. First of all, if this is your first time either virtually or even dealing with anybody from, we are Alfa Romeo and Maserati of Victoria. And so welcome to our little taste of Italy. My name is Mark, and I'll be taking you through this this virtual or video walk around. So welcome. You had asked a couple of very specific questions regarding the vehicle in and of itself. You asked for history and you wanted to know packages, which is very important for a lot of people because they want to make sure that whatever vehicles they're comparing them to, or that the vehicle has exactly the equipment they're looking for. So this particular one is a 2019 Audi S5 in what's called a Sportback. Now the Sportback essentially means that it is a 5-door, or what some people refer to as hatchback. Okay. What I want to do is I want to start you off on the side here, Alex. So we're going to take you and show you a 45-degree angle. And first thing that you're going to notice, and the beauty of Audi, and specifically with these cars, is at a 45-degree angle, you notice how everything is incredibly fluid. Very fluid, very sexy lines. You have flush-mounted LED headlights, and you have very bold lines on the hood and in your fenders and in your doors. This is all designed to give the appearance of very sleek, very sexy styling, yet at the same time, when you take a look at the vehicle, you know that there's some power, there's some force, so you have a beautiful combination of style, luxury, and performance. I think you'll agree. Having said that, when we move to the front, what I like to do is I like to get a little bit lower, and you'll notice again, take a look at your fog lights. Take a look at the blacked out grille. This particular one has the black package. The black package simply means that you have blacked out grille, your mirrors are blacked out, your roof is blacked out. This is all designed to give that, I guess, beefier, more aggressive look to a very classic and stylish car. I think you'll agree. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the hood for you, because this particular vehicle is powered by Audi's 3-liter V6 turbo, which generates, by the way, 349 horsepower at 5,400 RPM. And this is probably, for a lot of people who are more technically savvy, if you will, it generates 369 foot-pounds of torque at an incredible 1,370 RPM. Now, what does that mean to you? It simply means that the power that's generated to the wheels is at a very low RPM. So, takeoff, merging onto a highway from a slow speed, you're always going to have power, necessary power, to keep you very safe when you're getting onto the highways, and being able to accelerate very hard if you need to merge into a lane from a light very quickly. I think we can both agree that that's a nice safety feature. And as you know, man to man, it's kind of nice to know that you have that kind of power. Now, by the way, Audi, everything that you see here, the standard Audi warranty is a 4-year, 80,000 kilometer comprehensive warranty. Comprehensive warranty, Alex, simply means that the majority of the vehicle in terms of mechanical components is covered for 4 years or 80,000 kilometers from the original in-service date, whichever comes first. Now this particular vehicle, we managed to procure. It is a one owner, non-accidented, Carfax verified, which is fantastic. It simply means that it hasn't had multiple owners. It hasn't been flipped from person to person to person. And at the same time, knowing that non-accidented, there are certain things to look for when you look for a non-accidented car. You want to make sure that your bolts on the hood and on the fenders have not been torqued. There's no paint that's flaking or having been torqued off the bolts, so you know that nothing has been touched. It's all original. All your rad supports and everything in the motor, even your motor mount supports and your torsion bars, are all original. Nothing is kinked, if you will, so nothing has been untoward for this vehicle. I think you can agree, having an all original vehicle, especially on a car like this, helps it retain its value, and it gives you more years of pleasurable driving. Now, do me a favor, if I forget, please remind me that when we get further on into the transaction, that there are extended mechanical coverages that are available for this vehicle, which can give you, and Rex Heslop, our financial services manager, can, if you will, he can personalize an extended mechanical coverage for you based on years or kilometers. So if I forget, please remind me to discuss it with you later on. Okay? So that kind of takes us through the motor in and of itself. Now, when we move over to the side, what this particular vehicle has, because included with the Technic package, and this particular one has your 20-inch wheels. So when you take a look at the wheels, 20-inch wheels, red brake calipers. The red brake calipers, you can choose a couple of various colors, but red with the black is absolutely a stunning combination, because it really brings out the brake calipers and it adds to that muscular, athletic feel to a very luxurious car. I think you'll agree. Other than that, when you take a look at this particular vehicle, has the driver assistance package. That includes certain things such as power folding mirrors. So when you lock the vehicle, you'll notice that the mirrors fold in automatically. Now, what is the advantage for you? It's a simple matter that if you are parked on a street, I guarantee you've seen it in the past, where you'll see a driver's side mirror or a passenger side mirror if it's a one-way street that is hanging off the car or whatnot. This cannot happen with your vehicle, because as soon as you lock the door, the mirrors fold in automatically, which is a nice little, it's not a safety feature, but it's going to keep your car in great shape. I think you'll agree. So Alex, when we get into certain things, now this has a proximity sensor, so if you'll notice, I did not push a button. So what you can do is it recognizes the key. When you open the passenger side door, you're gonna notice power seats. So you have front, it lowers, raises, you have control of your seat recliner here, and you also have your lumbar support. Now, this is a sport interior. The sport interior means that both driver and passenger can extend for their thighs. So on longer trips, what a lot of people find is that they will extend the seat, and it takes the pressure off the back of your leg. And I think you can agree that if you can do that, ergonomically, it gives you the most comfortable seating. So that's all part of the sport interior. That's for the passenger side. Now you'll also notice that this has the carbon package. So the carbon package essentially means that you have carbon fiber here, you have the inlay on the dash, you also have carbon fiber on your console here, you have carbon fiber on the driver's side also. What it lends to is it lends that sportiness, that kind of much more up to date. Some cars still do wood. This is a beautiful, beautiful combination because of the black Napa leather. So this is all sport seating Napa leather, and you'll notice that it has the very distinctive silver diamond stitching. Okay. How are you enjoying it so far? I certainly hope you're enjoying it. Now, when we move to the back, what you're going to notice again, the rear of the vehicle, LED rear tail lights. You're going to notice the quad pipes. Okay, chrome tipped quad pipes. That is something that, again, really defines the Audi belief that someone should not have to, what's the correct word? Sacrifice athleticism and muscularness for luxury and style. This S5 Sportback 3-liter turbo gives you all of that because you have such a beautiful combination of both. I think you'll agree. Now, when we come along to the driver's side, I had already mentioned about the 20-inch wheels and the red brake calipers. But the 20-inch wheels are specific with that Technic package, and what happens with that is that I think you'll agree they fill out the wheel well. So the standard wheel with the progressive package is a 19-inch wheel. This is 20, larger. You have low profile, high performance, steel belted radial tires, and you have a 5-arm design alloy wheel, which you have your insignia here for Audi Sport, which is a nice touch. And again, as we mentioned to you, we have the red brake calipers. When we get to the driver's side, so as I mentioned to you on the passenger side, Alex, you do have power seats for both passenger and driver, obviously. You have sport seats for both passenger and driver. You have, which is very specific to the S-Line, you have S-Line insignia. So you have a door sill S-Line insignia, as well as when you get into the overall look, you even have the S5 all-weather mats, and then you have your S5 embossed in the seat for both front passenger and front and the driver. Now, when we move to the interior of the vehicle, Alex, as part of the Technic package, the Technic package has what's called a virtual cockpit with Audi. Audi call it a virtual cockpit. What does that mean to you? First of all, we'll take a moment, and all I want to do is have you listen to that sound. So when you can tell that with the 3-liter turbo with the 349 horsepower, you have that nice aggressive burble. So I'm going to give it a little bit of gas for you just so you get a bit of a sound to it. Make sure we're in park. Yes. That is not not a sound that is going to be viewed as obnoxious by any stretch of the imagination. Won't keep your neighbors up, won't wake them up if you're arriving home late, but at the same time, it lets people know that you have something under the hood. It's a bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing, this car, which is something that Audi loves to do with their vehicles. I think you'll agree. So, when you get into your virtual cockpit, your controls for your virtual cockpit are on the left-hand side of your steering wheel. And then when you go into, you can do things like view, and view will change, and it will switch from normal to sport. So in the sport mode, which is like so, then you will notice that you have one main RPM with your kilometers per hour, and then you have your various folders. So you have your left side folders, or what they call what we call at Audi a drawer, and when you press that, you will notice that then you can scroll through trip computer, lap times, layout. If you were to click layout, all of a sudden, what does it bring you to? Sport, layout, or classic, which you can easily scroll through. So we're going to stay with the sport layout, and then you can, with your arrows up top, then you can actually have, and think about this, you can, rather than having your navigation directly there, you can actually have everything on your virtual cockpit, which is a great safety feature, simply because it means that you don't have to take your eyes off the road as much. And I think you'll agree that that is a nice safety feature. Now with the virtual cockpit also, and the advanced driver assist package, you get things like lane departure warning. You also get things, or an item called automatic emergency braking. So if the computer in the vehicle senses that the traffic or a vehicle in front of you is braking at a hard rate, if the computer senses that you do not realize this, it will automatically apply the brakes and help protect you and your family in the vehicle. I think you'll agree that that's a very, very nice safety feature to have. Over and above that, you also have navigation and map controls here. It's a very intuitive, and you have an 8.3-inch infotainment screen. So a large screen that, again, you can go and have your navigation here, control your navigation through for distance, you want to be closer, you want to be farther. Everything is based on, and even your radio, your media, and your telephone. You do have voice activated controls. You do have your volume control for your radio. You can mute it simply by pushing it. This is a small thing, but I must say, what I love about it is that because we are now taught that we should keep our hands at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, well, you always have access with your thumb. Very easy access for volume control and even muting. So I think you'll agree that that's a very nice feature. You have paddle shifting, so if you were to bring it down into drive, you'll notice here that it shows D, automatic. You're in full automatic mode. If you bring it over to the right, then all of a sudden you'll notice that it shows M1. And then you can shift, paddle shift, with plus or minus. They have very large carbon fiber, again, for the sleek and stylish, but very large paddle shifts that move with the steering wheel, so that you're supposed to keep both hands on the wheel. It will allow you to do that, and you always have access to upshifting or downshifting. I think you'll agree that that is also a nice feature. So this particular vehicle is as I mentioned to you, Alex, one owner, no accidents. It is a lower mainland car, serviced. The last time it was serviced was in February, I believe, of 2021 at Open Road Audi. So all lower mainland, therefore it has not incurred heavy winters, and so forth. So when you take a look at the entire vehicle, the overall condition, this particular vehicle is in absolutely pristine shape. And that gives a little bit of history for the vehicle. That also describes the packages that the vehicle has. Hopefully you've enjoyed this virtual tour. It has certainly been my pleasure on behalf of Alfa Romeo and Maserati of Victoria to give you the tour of this vehicle. Ideally, what I'd like to do is I would like to contact you, and then we can set up a proper presentation physically, and at the same time we can have you take a closer look and actually drive the vehicle. Because no matter what I say, Alex, driving is the true test. This is a vehicle that is going to put a smile on your face every time you drive it. It's my pleasure, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks very much.